What's up, everybody?
How you doing, guys?
Yeah!
Yeah, we're ready for some found footage.
We're going to do a quick podcast for you about the Man of Steel.
By the way, if you guys haven't seen this movie...
Like, put your chest up here. Let's get the shirt in here. I'm sad I actually looked for my Superboy shirt, but I couldn't find it.
The Man of Steel bitch tits.
And so, just so you know, we're both a little bit tipsy right now. So this is going to be a fun podcast.
I'm completely fine.
Let's talk about the Man of Steel. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's do this. So what did you go see it in? First of all, what venue did you see it in? Did you see a regular format?
What venue did I saw it in the regular format.
Or 3D?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 3D.
This is my first challenge, or my first time in an actual, not documentary, IMAX 3D. We went to see it.
Oh, that's where we went to see it. Cool.
Oh, yeah, we went to see it in the new IMAX in
I didn't know that.
In Destiny.
So. Was it good? Did you? Let me know your experience.
Okay.
Let's hear about it.
Where do I start?
Let's give a plot synopsis first.
Yeah, that's exactly. Let's do that.
So obviously, Superman. He's this alien dude from a different world. The world is dying. His dad's played by Russell Crowe. It's pretty cool. You're like, Gladiator. It's not Gladiator.
I did want him to say Maximus Decimus Meridius a few times.
That world is at war. Basically, the good guys are on. It's just basically Jor-El at this point. This good guy.
There's a lot of origin story that was near the regular origin story. If you know the Superman,
you kind of
near it. That's what I'm saying. It's near it.
It's definitely an alternate take on Superman, but it was in my opinion, it was fun. So
are you doing spoilers on this? Just so I know.
Let's do no spoilers.
No spoilers.
Okay, so we're gonna try to do as little spoilers as possible.
Inebriated and no spoilers.
Please forgive us if we give anything away that is crushing you.
We'll watch more sober.
But so Jor-El, played by Russell Crowe, he's basically saying our planet's dying. We've been mining the core, which is actually a really good physical concept.
Yeah. That'll mess your planet up.
It's a class 1 civilization, geocentric. They mine the core of their planet, and
Krypton is Krypton is a shitty planet. To say that
it's basically as polluted as you can get. But the people are so used to it that they're like whatever, and they've been mining the core of the planet to build spaceships and things and get extra energy
because they travel the stars.
And they've mined so much of the core that the planet is collapsing and destroying itself. And literally just turning into a giant super volcano and about to explode. So Jor-El's basically trying to save people by getting them off the planet. General Zod is attacking the council and saying you didn't do enough.
General Zod is the head of the army.
Yes, he's a military the commander-in-chief, basically.
Commander-in-chief of the army. Yeah, they have the
5-star general.
They have basically their head of state is like a king or queen type person.
Well, they have a council.
But they're like an oligarchy.
Yeah,
and then he's the head of the military.
Definitely an oligarchy. That's good. Nice term.
I don't even know how I thought of that.
So General Zod tries to take over. He's kind of foiled. His attempt is foiled.
It's not even a good attempt, by the way. But
and he gets sent to the Phantom Zone, which the Phantom Zone is basically getting frozen in a block of ice.
The Phantom Zone is actually a big thing in Superman lore, especially the movies and the TV show.
But it's actually a dimension where you can't.
It's a dimension
where you're basically out of time.
I feel like they were supposed to send. They were trying to send him there because the thing was like a black hole.
Possibly,
thing involved. I don't know what they were. Somehow he gets out.
Well, he gets out basically because all the systems shut down when Krypton explodes.
Yeah. Okay, that kind of makes sense, I guess.
I did get that part.
The black hole's like, okay, I'm going to open now.
So Superman, as a baby, is sent away from his planet, sent to Earth. They're like, oh, he'll grow. They know what's going to happen. He'll grow up on Earth. He'll be like a god among them.
And hopefully he'll make good choices and be a good person.
And so he's sent to Earth.
We don't know.
It shows him growing up and he's trying to deal with being this basically godlike being who can lift buses, and
he learns it pretty early too that he's special.
Yeah, and his dad basically says, you can't show people that you're special because they're going to take you away.
They're going to
reject you.
There's one really good point in the movie where he helps some people out. I won't give too much away, but he helps people out, and he's like, "Dad, should I not have done that because people saw me do this?" And he's like, "Maybe."
And he's like, maybe
you shouldn't have.
By the way, Kevin Costner, good job. He was in the movie a lot, but I thought he did a good job.
Fun fact: there was 2 Robin Hoods in that movie. Kevin Costner and Russell Crowe.
Oh, wow.
2 Robin Hoods.
That's right, guys. You should put that on the IMDb page. But the trivia section.
There's 2
also, Diane Lane as they olded her up.
She was the best looking Martha Kent I've ever seen, by the way.
Agreed.
But so he goes.
They're basically calling him the Traveler, and there's all these stories about him, but nobody knows who he is because he's just elusive.
And then he's on the Most Dangerous Cat.
Yeah. He's basically Los Angeles Catch Season 10. You're gonna see Superman. Just not a spoiler. It's in the trailer. And so he's basically trying to come into his own, and Lois Lane kind of comes on, or not comes on, but like finds out
that
what
was
he's
one
doing.
thing that's different. I won't go too much into it, but they kind of changed his mythos right there with the,
which I liked. I thought it was
to
fit all that into one movie without making it too contrite. I thought it was a good job.
I thought it was all right, and Superman has the worst disguise ever. Superman, not Superman.
I think it'd be cool if Superman, like Superman, like take your glasses off, like Superman, and then Clark Kent, like he lost a beard or something, like that would make more sense. Like he's just,
like it grew back out real quick.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that would make more sense. At least
that would
like,
might fool
someone. Chin or
that
something.
might fool someone. That's like me having no beard and be like, I'm Miguel,
but you're not.
Or me having this beard and being, I'm Miguel, and they're like, wow, you grew a beard fast, Miguel. I'm like, yep, I'm Miguel. I'm told Miguel, you're fired. Can I fire people? I'm Miguel.
Okay, you know? So what did you think about Lawrence Fishburne?
I loved it. That was a great choice.
What about Jenny Olsen?
Lawrence Fishburne, if you didn't... Well, I don't think it's a spoiler at all, but he played Perry White.
No, he's in the trailers.
Great.
Still.
It's great.
Yeah.
I liked it. I was like, oh, all right, I feel it. And Lawrence Fishburne's kind of a little bigger, so he kind of looks like a Perry White.
It's good to see more Lawrence Fishburne and things in general, in my opinion.
You know, I wanted him to be Morbius a little bit, but it was all right. It was good.
Like Kal-El, your destiny's ahead of you.
My strength and my speed have anything to do with my muscles in this place.
It's like you have to punch. But yeah, I really liked most of the performances in this. I thought I love Michael Shannon, but I thought his General Zod was a little more subdued than I would have liked.
A lot of people had problems with Michael Shannon. He's a problem. The problem that most people had was with Michael Shannon. That's what I meant to say.
Well, that's weird because it's like I thought he did a good job, but
I thought he did too.
He wasn't as Michael Shannon-y as I would have liked. Like anyone who knows the actor Michael Shannon, he was in the movie Premium Rush. He's been in the movie. I think I saw Take Shelter is the one of the ones he's most famous for.
I think a lot of people had a problem with.
He's a great bad guy. He has that bad guy
Zod,
face,
and
I thought that was great. But
well, I think a lot of people thought he should
be
like stiff upper lip type general.
See, I didn't like. I didn't. I thought his take on Zod was
either.
Good.
I
thought
his
they
take.
should have gone full Shannon though, more Michael Shannon.
I can see that.
Like I was a little scared with another thing in the trailer. He goes, "I'm gonna find him," and I was like, "What? It's crazy!" Like I want to see more of that.
I like Zod's team too. There's that giant guy who was like Giant Gonzalez.
Which those guys are actually analogs to the comics and to the Superman 2.
That's what I heard.
To the Superman 2 movie, because although Fiora is actually
a
different name, a different name, and is his wife in Superman 2.
Little fun fact: Andrea Stagneri, whatever, her daughter's name is Fiorella. So Fiora, yeah. No, I really like the bad guys. A lot of people had problems with Michael Shannon, and I don't think he was a problem. I liked his take on it.
I just wanted more from him. That's
I
thought it was very subdued.
A lot of people have problems with. There's one scene where Superman does something that's they think is out of character.
Oh yeah! Holy crap!
Do you have a problem with this?
I had a big problem with this.
Okay, really, I didn't.
But I actually had less problem with that than the scenes that preceded it.
Superman does like $5 billion worth of damage.
Superman indirectly murders more people than 9/11.
We're gonna have spoilers, but it doesn't really matter.
It's not really a spoiler. It's not really a spoiler.
It's a fucking burly brawl, dude. That's what it is. It's a burly brawl.
But you know what? The thing is Superman in the comics would have made a point to take him out of Metropolis.
I'm gonna do your devil's advocate here. Superman this is the first time he's ever done anything like this. He doesn't know what this is all about, and he's angry.
Whatever. Okay? Dude, he's taking a person and throwing them through a building. He's
angry.
He actually took Zod to a different part of the city that hadn't been touched yet and started throwing him through buildings.
He didn't first of all, he doesn't know his own strength correctly yet, okay? I'm on Superman's side here. I'm on Kal-El's side.
This was like 10 minutes into the fight, and 10 minutes is like an hour for anyone else. Because they're super punching each other.
He's never done anything like this.
At each other.
He'd never been Superman. This is really the first time he'd been Superman.
But the thing is he's lived his life as a guy that's made his life on not killing people, on not hurting people, even, and not even hurting them. Like, he got it shows, they made a point of someone dumping a beer on him, a full pitcher of beer, earlier in the movie. Not really a spoiler.
Yeah, it's a little...
No, it's not. It's not a spoiler. They're like, oh, now you've given it away. No, someone there's a horrible thing to him.
Spoiler alert, he gets beer in his head.
Yeah, and he doesn't hurt the person.
Okay.
Like anyone else would have just punched a hole in his head. Even me, as a regular person, would have probably punched a hole in his head. This infernal machine that was going on, the whole of the city would have been destroyed. Beating up Zod had nothing to do with that machine. The machine was already finished before
because Zod would have kept fighting until he destroyed it. I'm just being devil's advocate.
No, but I'm just saying the machine.
I understand where you're coming from.
If you watch the movie, the machine was already destroyed before he fought.
It was. No, I did watch the movie. And there's a big flat plane where nothing was anymore because the machine destroyed it.
Also, there's a point where they make it like
it was a little rough. Actually,
they contritely push it into like this point where it's like he has to do this one thing. Look, these people are in trouble. But before that, when he was destroying these buildings, he could care less.
And he was flying through buildings like. Just glass blowing up all over. That glass falling 60 stories down and people killing people.
Like buildings falling over and killing people. Whole buildings.
The best.
Whole buildings, as I said.
We're not doing this for
perfect
a second time. Okay.
So the whole buildings are falling over and he's just flying through them and people are dying.
Listen, okay.
Guy playing devil's advocate, by the way. Not working.
It sucks that this stuff happened, yes, but this is Superman first using his powers for real. You know, he he pulled the bus out of the water. He got seen there, by the way. There's a lot.
So he's not first using his powers. He's used them all his life.
But this is the first time he's ever used them.
Done.
No. This is the first time he's ever used them for this reason. He's never had to fight Kryptonians. You know.
But he knows the Earth at this point. He knows the Earth has lots of places without giant buildings full of people.
But he's never had to fight Superman. He's had to fight nobody. He didn't even have to fight anyone, I don't think, until this time. If I remember correctly. Spoiler.
Pull Superman's junk out of your mouth. And come on, man. Come on. Superman.
He never had to fight anyone to this point. So he didn't even know how his
By the way, how good was Christopher Maloney in this movie?
By the way, I loved him. Oh,
I thought it was great.
Fantastic. I was like, I hope he's in every movie. Oh, wait, he's
I'm glad he's not going to be in the sequel. I thought there was no spoilers. What a jerk.
This is a spoiler cast. We're going to just put spoilers.
No more spoilers.
No more spoilers. I love Christopher Maloney. He's terrific in this.
Yeah, I thought he was going to kind of do stable, but it was a different take.
I liked it. It was
acted,
good.
And it was very nice.
No, I agree. There's a lot of good little mini characters that you can see definitely
in
other movies.
They just want to show like humanity's pulling their weight.
Did you see that there was a... it wasn't Jimmy Olsen, it was like...
Jenny Olsen.
Yeah,
we mentioned this earlier in the wank in the podcast. Yes, I did.
Jenny Olsen, huh?
Because
we need more checks.
Who cares if Superman has a guy friend? Doesn't matter. But I like how they made... did you notice, though, how they made her like super frumpy looking? Like, he wouldn't go for her because she looks like that.
He wouldn't do that.
Yeah. So speaking of which, what do you think of Amy Adams as Lois Lane?
She's no Terry Hatcher, but...
Oh, rude.
I love Terry Hatcher. Come on.
So are you saying that she can act? So you're saying she can act,
Lois and Clark? Huh?
Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman.
Huh? Lois and Clark? You remember that?
I watched all 4 seasons with Jamie, okay?
There you go. And you remember Terry Hatcher? Yes.
Yeah, especially the young...
Amy Adams is good, though. I thought she did a good job. I thought she did a very good portrayal. She was good in...
Personality-wise, I think she was perfect.
Good personality. She did good. I don't like that she went out in... There's one scene in the beginning where she was in the Antarctic, and she's like, "Oh, it's 40 degrees below it. I'm just gonna go out and walk around.
I'll follow this strange guy." You know, I think that's actually kind of closer to Lois's spirit in the comics. She is like curious to the point of almost being foolish.
Yeah, that's foolish.
Yeah,
it's 40 degrees below zero. Honestly, die outside.
Honestly, though, Lois Lane, she's so headstrong that makes sense.
Advocate. Look at you.
See, that made sense to me because it made sense because I've read the comics.
Were you just saying? Were you trying to say I didn't read the comics? That's the ultimate blow to the head. That's messed up. But I don't quite agree with you. I agree that though that she did a really good job. She was very the way she portrayed it.
Yeah, I felt
the way she handled the twist of the
Any
story.
faults with the character were the writing, in my opinion.
The way she handled the twist of the story, I think, was really good too.
Also, how much do you think Russell Crowe paid to have himself in most of the movie?
I loved that. The more Russell Crowe in the movie, I don't usually say this about any movie because I watched Les Miserables.
Were you ready for the sing? I am so wrong, your dad now.
Because I watched Les Miserables, and gosh, golly, he was terrible.
He wasn't terrible. He just wasn't a good
He was
singer.
the worst part by far of the movie.
That's. I agree with that, but I don't think he was terrible.
He's a bad singer, and
He's not a bad singer. He's just not.
he's not a good singer.
He's not a Broadway singer. He's
not a bad
he's
singer.
a rock
He's not
singer.
a good singer.
He's got a rock voice.
He's a 30-odd-foot grunt singer, but he was really good in this movie. Like all the scenes that he was in, I was like, I liked them a lot.
I loved him as this is not, the part he played later in the story. I think was great. Like where he was just like, and like things were happening, and he's like,
where he
moves
was
to the
like,
left.
it was like an AI almost. It was really good. It was very good. Well,
yeah. Spoiler: Jor-El
well done.
dies. Read a comic.
If that's a spoiler,
read any kind of book
if
ever.
that's a spoiler. You haven't read the comics.
Look up Wikipedia.
Whatever. Sure.
Come on here. Come on.
But the more Russell Crowe, I was like, this is good.
Yeah.
The more it showed him, I
agree.
really liked it.
And I really
well
loved.
done.
I loved the costumes, especially the Kryptonian costumes. I loved the
I did too.
armors.
I agree.
I loved
I wanted
Zod's armor.
Superman to put on that Jor-El armor.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in there and like him put it on, like let's go or something.
Yeah,
You know?
that would have been cool. I mean, because that was basically Zack Snyder's equivalent of the Kryptonian battle suits, which is also another,
I agree.
Part of the mythos.
Yeah.
I love the little robots because again another part of the mythos of Superman.
Did you see the destroyed moon in one of the scenes? Destroyed moon.
Yeah.
I bet it's Jox Un is the guy that destroyed the moon, and he is the spoiler, but you know, a little fun fact: the scientist in the ship, the Zod ship, he's the guy that's like poking and prodding Superman. Same guy.
Also, did you notice that they had Emil Hamilton in there as well?
Yes, I did.
And he's dead.
Yeah.
That's a spoiler,
right.
but it doesn't. He's not. He's a very minor character. It's not a big deal.
I really enjoyed the Superman. It was fantastic, and believe me, if you watch it in IMAX 3D, it was bananas. Because my brain was like, I almost was overloaded. I was crushing Jess's hand because she's right next to me. Like,
Okay,
people are flying around you.
So, what rating would you give it then on our scale?
I already typed this to you right after I came out of it. And
You did, actually.
even with the people that downed it, and I thought about it, and afterwards you think about it, it brings it down a little bit. I still give this badass movie, because it was a badass movie. It was. Especially if you love Superman, if you love the character. That's my favorite comic book character. And yes, there was stuff that was changed. There was stuff that was tweaked a little bit, and there was stuff that
There was no underwear over his pants.
exactly. And there was stuff that was completely different.
That's a deal breaker for me.
You know, there's stuff that's completely different. You know this from the comic book, from the mythos. But I thought it worked very well. I thought that I could tell that Chris Nolan told Zack Snyder, hey, ease off, buddy. And Zack Snyder, okay, you know, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to let you tell a little story instead of just smash, slow motion. I am Leonidas Superman. You know, I'm glad he didn't let him do that. He let him.
Oh, that would have been badass.
He's like pump the brake a little,
like an ass tattoo on his chest. He's got the red cape.
He told him to pump the brake. He's like, pump the brake.
So what do you think I would give this movie?
I'm going to say below a BAM. I think I'll give it a good rating, though.
So you're thinking the next one below it a must-see is what you're thinking?
I think I'm going to a must-see.
You'd be wrong.
Oh, really?
This was the best movie I've seen this year.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Despite the criticism I gave it. And it's funny because at first, because of the criticism, I was like, man, maybe I didn't like that movie. But when I said maybe I didn't like that, I was like, wait.
No, that movie was great.
I freaking love that movie. It was awesome. I love the action in it.
I love the Henry Cavill.
My only real complaint was there was almost too much action. At the end, I was just like, okay, come on, I get it.
It was the Burly Brawl.
I get it, yeah. I was like, I get it.
Burly Brawl.
I get it. You're destroying every building in Metropolis. I get it. They actually...
it was Burly Brawl.
They actually did there's a company that did an estimate on how much damage they did.
That must have been billions.
$700 billion.
That must have been billions.
All the 9/11 attacks put together were $55 billion.
I was gonna say it must have been billions of dollars.
Literally, this fight between Superman and one other dude has bankrupted America.
I could definitely agree.
Like
with
Superman
that.
better be putting these buildings back together. Is all I'm saying. But like the more like Henry Cavill was amazing. He was perfect. He was perfect. It wasn't even good. He was perfect.
By the way, all the chicks loved him. My wife can't stop talking about Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
He was exactly.
Yep.
He was buff as shit.
Jamie
in
gives it
shape,
that,
dude. I was like, I wish I could get guns like that.
Yeah, and it wasn't like, you know, like they did like a weird suit around him where he's like a flabby guy.
He was like Christopher Reeve, like I worked out a few times before I did.
Or like the Michael Keaton Batman where it's like buddy helmet that's actually muscles. Like, no, this guy was ripped. He was in great shape.
Yeah, sure.
And that's why it was so hard to. That's why I'm glad I didn't put him as nerdy Clark Kent, because it wouldn't have made sense because he was gigantic.
Yeah, and the little kids the kids that played him, I don't know if they were like Henry Cavill's brothers, but they look exactly like him.
Some of his family
really good. They were really good. I was like, wow, this is perfect.
So I give this a badass movie. And we need to watch a movie that's not a badass movie. Is what I'm saying.
I'm waiting for you because I'm ready to watch all these movies. You're like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna watch.
Okay, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh, but I've heard we have to watch the end. What's that one with the with all the funny guys in it? Henry, Seth Rogen, and
This is the end.
This is the end. Okay.
Okay, that's the end of our review. Though.
I almost said that. This is the Last of Us. That's why I almost said
this is the Last of Us. So
this is the last one here.
If you watch the podcast, the regular podcast first, and then you watch that, you'll get the reference. Otherwise, we love you. Think, boom, and have a good night.
Thanks for coming, guys. BAM.
BAM. That's what we give this movie.
Man of Steel.
Good night.